Hello and welcome to How to Transform with Wallas Toy Reviews. I am Wallas and today I'm going to show you the two-way transformation sequence for the first Voyager class Optimus Prime from the first Transformers movie toy line. I'm going to be using the first strike deco from the Allspark Power subline, but this mold was never redesigned, so every other version, including the Defender and the likes, will also be compatible with this video. And with that said, let's begin with the vehicle to robot transformation. Now, you can transform this toy to robot mode and back with the weapons attached on all the time, but for the convenience of it, I will remove them once we reach the attack mode, which is the first thing we want to do. So first we grab the smokestacks and lower them down, and using this hinge above the fuel tanks or in this step, we want to raise this section up, twist down the smokestack, and then flip all of this with the air purifier, as I'm being told this is called. Rotate it above the wheel well and the front lights, and depending on what you want to do with it, you may swing it closer to the front windshield or closer to the wheel. It's all a matter of your preference, but still we are going to do the same on the other side. So flip down the smokestack, flip up this grey section a bit, now flip down the smokestack again, rotate everything forward and do what you like with this. So we have this attack mode, kind of reminiscent of the Rhino from the Mask cartoon, which I do like, especially in this deco. But, like I said, for the sake of convenience, now we will remove the guns. So all we have to do is to just unplug them from these platforms. Gun 1 and gun 2. And now we can proceed with the main transformation, and to do so we will first separate the back of the cap from the front. We just grab it and untab it. There are several tabs here and here that will lock it into place, but we now undid that. So now we rotate all of the back of the truck, well, back, and now we can separate the legs among this line in the center, quite easy, and now we can start working on the individual legs. So what we want to do first is to push out the feet from inside of here. We can see them, there's this part, so we want to push it in or out depending on the perspective, like this. This will make room inside this structure to push this spring-loaded bit inside. It will hide, and as we do it, the leg will deploy further, and now we can get our hands on this roof section and start flipping it down. And this will also activate the automorph of the side of the shin so that it goes slightly outward. And now we can get our hands on these covers of the wheels, and using this double hinge we untab this structure from this little tab, and now we can collapse this on its own. And now we can flip this down, and technically now this should tab in with this protruding light bit, but this toy is designed in a way that this mechanism tends to wear out really fast. So if you're thinking your toy is bad because it's not locking to place, no, it's not. This is the curse of this entire mold, as I have already experienced. But we have to work with what we have. So now we get our hands on the feet, pull them forward, and using this small separate bit we deploy the heel of Prime, like that. And now we can get our hands on the other leg, where we repeat the exact same procedure. So first we push out the front of the foot, the automorph begins to work. Now we push down on this, and now we collapse the cover of the rear wheels and pull everything together and lock everything together with the base of the knee. And this leg still actually works, so that's nice. And now we get our hands on the heels stored under the toes, flip it back, sigh at the other leg, and now we can go up And once we can see something like this with our own eyes, we get our hands on the arms over here and we can flip down the shoulder covers. And now we can untap the forearms from the main body. It just tabs in nicely over here. And we can also separate the arms if they haven't done that already with this tab. And now we can use this hinge and this hinge to change the position of the arm. I think you can just do something like this. Just grab your use your fingers to grab this bit and get it out. The armpits are locking inside this spinal thing, so we just want to move everything in tandem until we can see the blue bit of the inner armpit. And now with that done, we can rotate the arm to the back, lower it down, as well as rotate the arm until we can see the elbow. And now pull out this panel and flip it towards us. And that's one arm done completely. So now let's get to the other side and repeat this. And now let's try to do it slightly different. We can raise the arm, unplug this, and now we don't have to play with this tandem thing. So we just rotate it until the blue is visible, lower this down, flip this down, rotate the arm outward and this panel inward, and the other arm is done. We pay no attention to the leg. And now, as you can see, this is just a flippity hinge, so we want to align everything so that this is now in the center of the chest. It locks into place gently. And now we can flip out the head from under the main engine. It friction locks into place, and now using this grey hinge inside the cab, we can untap this section, and we want to untap it from here as well. Like that. And now we just want to realign this in such fashion. And with that said, the core robot mode is done. And for the final cosmetic touches, we can also do something with the now fully transformed guns. And the main two options at our disposal are as follows. We can either attach them with this peg on the forearm to form an illusion of Prime gripping his gun as a handheld weapon, or we can reattach the guns to the attachment points from the vehicle/attack mode to give him sort of more volume and G1-like smokestacks. One way or the other, I suggest we remove these weapons before transforming Prime back into his vehicle mode. So that's easy. That's also easy, but watch out for the mushroom peg connecting this whole grey platform to the cover of the engine. Sometimes, depending on your piece, this may want to pop off, so keep an eye on that. Still, with that said, let the main transformation begin. So again, let's go back to the, well, back, where we flip down this whole beautiful backpack, and using this double hinge we swing it upwards so that this, while previously being over here, we now swing it up so that this piece is vertical but over here, like that. And we have small tabs that will latch onto these small cutouts over here. So we push them together with a nice click. And now we can get our hands on the head and swing this whole collar bit back so that we can't see the head anymore. And now we can use the hinge somewhere over here to separate the chest from this belly spine, as I'm going to call it now. And it's flippity, and it will stabilize once the arms are in place, so let's work on that. So the arms, we want to first rotate them inward at the bicep, gently pull out this panel from the forearms and twist it back. And let's prepare it this way on the other side as well. Okay, and now we can do something like this. We can raise the armpits, and as you will see, there are small tabs that will secure them in place once this is raised, because this has small cutouts inside to accommodate these protrusions of the armpits. So now what we want to do is to rotate this blue piece until it's red, And as we do it, we rotate the arm so that the hand is pointing to the front wheels. And let's see, this goes inside, and it has to go inside for this to stay in place, like this. And it's in place, so now we wait for the other arm. So again, raise the arm on this hinge, rotate the blue piece until it becomes red, and now we insert the armpit inside the belly spine. It locks into place gently, great. And now let's combine the arms using small tab and slot on these arm panels. Okay, and now the arms will connect to the bottom of the robot mode neck collar, both using these tabs that will go into these cutouts over here, and also it's barely visible, but the thumbs will also rest on the sides of this small protrusion. So we align everything so that this is possible. We lower it down, it locks into place, and the thumbs rest in here. Great. And now we leave these for the time being and work on the legs, which will most likely partly undo themselves before we even get to them, like I said. So we get our hands on the heels of the feet and rotate them inside so that they hide in the front of the foot. And now we can separate the back of the leg from the main section of the shin. We can already decollapse the wheel guards. So we want to align everything so that this small tab from this section is visible above this middle section, like this. And now we want to get our hands on the knee guard and push it up so that it covers the connection point for the knee. And that will allow us to push in this side section so it's flush. And now we have to push in the foot inside, but perhaps you want to help it with your finger to make room. This way, this piece will come out from the inside much easier, and now everything is aligned for the vehicle mode. So let's repeat it on the other end or side. So we separate the knee, get this further out, we decollapse or straighten out the wheel guard so that this tab is visible. We collapse the heel, rotate the knee guard up and align the side panel with it so that you can even see this small tab here hides inside of this piece. We push out this chunk that went inside, help it with the foot until it spring loads back into place. We align everything, and now we can start combining everything together using 3 tabs, one over here, one over here, and one over here. So combine stage 1 at the knees and the back and on the knee guards. And now we are ready to reassemble the main truck cab, which we'll do. And there's also another set of tabs, one subtle over here that will go inside these triangle chunks, and also the main tab that will go into this slightly widened slot over here. So we align everything and push it together until it drops down slightly, yes, like that, until this seam line is tolerable on both sides. With that said, we can now push these arm guards flush and flat with the rest of the undercarriage. And with that done, we can now put our toy down to reattach the weapons, which will become soon smokestacks, and it is worth to remember that they have to be placed at the exact right place. So the first thing you want to remember is that this handle for the robot mode should be down, and this nice flat grey piece should be outwards. The firing mechanism and the trigger should be on the inside, and there's a small cutout in this connection platform, and we have a tab and a hole. We dock one with another, like that. Repeat the operation on the other side. So dock, land, And now we can start transforming the smokestack. So we want to slightly lift this out of the way on this hinge. Now we want to lower the barrels of our weapons, the smokestacks, and that will allow us easy rotation of this whole section, like that. And now we can swing this back under the main cab and flip up the smokestack, where it will gently sort of friction lock with the rest of the cab. So we do the same on this side, rotate it, swing this in, swing this up, gently lock into place via friction. And with that said and done, Voyager class Optimus Prime's vehicle mode is ready again. And that's all for this transformation guide. I hope it was useful to you, and if you want to see transformation sequence of any other toy that you have problems with or just are curious about, let me know in the comment section and I will see if that toy is available to me. With that said, I'm off to make a new video, and until it's here, stay well, thank you for watching.